Welcome to project 6 of my series of Arduino board video tutorials. This one's called Keyboard. You can probably tell by the title that we'll be making a little noise in this project. If you look at the schematic, you'll notice the noise maker, the piezo right here. And we use this in the light sound project as well. Also, you'll notice these familiar components over here, the push button switches. Now, one thing you might find a little odd is that we have the push button switches going into an analog pin. Matter of fact, all of them are wired together going into an analog pin. What we'll be doing in this particular project is a little um, wiring technique to called a resistor ladder. That's what we're making. And what this can do is help us cut down on the amount of digital pins that we use because we have a limited amount, and we could take each individual switch here and connect them to a digital pin because you know the name of the project Keyboard, basically each one of these push button switches will be like a key on a piano. Like you press one of the switches in, the piezo will there will be a tone that comes from it. um, Wiring all of these switches together in this manner and connecting them to one analog pin as opposed to each individual switch being connected to a digital pin is a pretty useful technique in circuits. Notice that each push button switch is connected to the 5 volts coming from the Arduino board through a resistor of a different value. And so that means that the voltage that's coming when you close the switch, push this button in, the voltage that's on the line will be different, will vary. Remember, the digital pins on the Arduino board only recognize 0 or 5 volts. They can't accept a variation of different voltage levels. So that's why we're using this particular analog pin. And as I mentioned earlier, this section right here, all this, you notice that these resistors are connected together in parallel, and this is what's called a resistor ladder. Okay. All right, you can see this. You'll see this in in more advanced circuits. But again, a lot of its common use is to cut down on the amount of digital pins. And as far as programming, you notice that we'll use something called an array in our program, which also saves us a little bit of time on the programming side as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and collect the required components for this project.